Hey, this is Ken from Digital Photo Central. I'm just going to have a quick look at the D5100, which is the new model coming out by Nikon in May 2011. Now it seems to be really set up as a competitor for the Canon T3i or the Canon60D. So where does the D5100 fit in the Nikon range? Well, it's an upgrade from the D5000, and it pretty much fits squarely between the 3100 and the D7000. Price wise it's a little closer to the 3100, but feature wise it's pretty much in between the two. Upgrades the D5000 and it's a little higher than the D90. So compared to the 600D Canon T3i, it's similar in the sense of it now has the articulating screen on the left, and it's a 3-inch display. Resolution wise very similar to the Canon model. It has slightly less resolution at 16.2 versus 80 megapixels on the Canon. It's slightly faster in frames per second, 4 versus 3.7, and it has the same maximum shutter speed of 4 thousandths of a second at 200th of a second flash sync. Now it has the same video modes with the exception of the faster 60 frames per second at 720p. So if you're looking at wanting to get some nice glossy slow motion, then the Canons are a better option for that. It has a higher ISO in the maximum range of 25,600, and the viewfinder on both models is 95%, so pretty much equal there. But it has less magnification in the viewfinder at 0.78 versus 8.5 on the Canon. So the Canon T3i is going to look a little brighter with a little bit more room in the viewfinder. And AF point wise, the Nikon has a slight edge over the Canon, and they both have just a single central cross type point. Now the Nikon has added some in-camera effects which are quite interesting. They allow you to do various effects even on video, so that's kind of interesting to play around with. Most people may find that a little gimmicky, but some people might find it fun. Now compared to the 60D, same screen of course, and sensor wise the 60D, which is the same as the T3i, has the slightly larger sensor. 60D is faster in its frame rates at 5.3 frames per second, and it has a higher maximum shutter speed at 8 thousandths of a second with a 250th of a second flash sync. Same video once again, but without the 720 at 60 frames per second on the Nikon, and higher ISO on the Nikon. Now here the viewfinder is pretty much the same. The Canon has a slightly wider range at 96 versus 95, but that'll be barely noticeable. And what will be noticeable is the viewfinder on the Canon at 0.95 times versus 0.78, so the Canon is definitely going to have a brighter, bigger viewfinder there. Now 11 versus 9 AF points, but here the Canon 60D actually has 9 cross type points, so they're all the advanced type autofocus points, so it's going to be a lot more responsive. And once again the Nikon has those extra in-camera effects. So anything else? Okay, the D5100 has the built-in HDRI mode, but it's only based on 2 images, so for dedicated HDR users you would probably want to use software modes rather. And it does have the bracketing, unlike the D3100, so this new Nikon is better for getting bracketed shots for HDRI in post. Now it doesn't have wireless flash like on the T3 and the 60D. It has 14-bit RAW shooting, which is great for dynamic range. That really gets you a good dynamic range in your images that you can utilize in post. Now it has a full-time autofocus in live view, which is not found on the Canon cameras. So it's a little buggy, and it can drop out focus. You can lose objects with it, but if they ever improve that in future, it's going to be a great feature. So that'll allow you to actually have autofocus in video mode, unlike the Canons. So Canon or Nikon? That's the grand question that is always asked. Now this Nikon is really closest to the Canon T3i, so those would be really the two choices there. They priced pretty much the same at around the $800 mark. with just the body, and then with the lens kit you usually add $150–200 for the kit lens. Now for photos, the Canon 60D will be the better camera. It's going to feel a bit more responsive with the faster frame rates, and also the 9 cross-type autofocus points is going to lock on a little quicker. That's going to make a difference in your photo shooting. And the viewfinder does feel a little nicer on the Canon 60D, having that extra magnification, so it's going to seem a little brighter and you're just going to have a little bit more room in there. And on the whole, if you have lenses already for either the Canon or Nikon, and specifically if you have professional lenses, you're better off going with the brand you have already. So if you have a professional collection of Nikon lenses, then the 5100 will be a great camera, because ultimately it's having good glass in front of these cameras is going to make all the difference to your image quality. So if you already have Nikon lenses, D5100 is the go. And if you have Canon lenses, then the T3i is a great option. And if you can stretch your budget a little, then the 60D is actually better for photographs, just a little bit more responsive, and the build quality's a little better than the T3i. So okay, I hope this update helps, and thank you for listening. This is Ken from digitalphotocentral.com.